Grab your popcorn because the Golden Globe nominations have been unveiled with a few surprises and snubs.
This comes, of course, after NBC decided not to air the last Golden Globe ceremony following the ethics, finance, and diversity scandals within the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. That's the organization that presents the awards. So here to discuss is Nigel Smith. He's the senior news editor at People magazine, where he covers films. Okay, Nigel, let's get your reaction first to the nominations. Did anything surprise you?
Did anything surprise me? Not necessarily. We kind of knew what was going to get nominated going into it. We had a big slate of films and TV shows to pick from, and they pretty much rewarded most of the films and TV shows we expected to see on the list. The only notable snub really for me in the film category was the really powerful film Till, which didn't get a Best Actress nomination, which I would have loved to have seen. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. But yeah, surprise-wise, not many in this very, very large nomination list.
Before I go to my next question for you, I'm looking at the list right now, right? So I see Best Motion Picture and Avatar: The Way of Water, whatever, is on at the top of the list. But it's not out yet, is it?
Yeah. Well, I actually just had a friend text me about this morning because, yeah, people that go to the movies and watch these TV shows are confused when things make the list that haven't even been seen by the general public. But what they do is that they actually screen a lot of these films that are out, over the Christmas period before for the critics and for the voting bodies. So they get to see it before everybody else. I'm seeing it tonight. I'm very excited. And they get to see it and form their opinions and get those nominations in just in time.
Okay, that makes sense to me. Okay, so you mentioned one surprise.
One snub.
Yeah, one snub. Any other sort of surprises / snubs?
Surprises? Avatar, right? It's been a while since the first movie. And the first movie obviously was the top grossing film of all time and people loved it. But since then, it's kind of developed, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people are kind of embarrassed to have liked it so much at the time. I don't know, blue people freak people out. I don't know what it is. But there's a little, dissension among Twitter. But now that people have seen this movie, it's reportedly incredible, better than the first, bigger than the first. And everyone says, don't, don't ever not bet on James Cameron, who, always delivers a hit and a good movie. So I think people are going to be surprised by just how spectacular this film is.
It's so interesting you would say that because, as we were watching the trailers for it, my daughter, she was like, this is a good movie. She's like 11. And I thought to myself, I wonder if I went back and watched the original, if I would be as impressed by it.
No, the original was awesome. The original was great. Yeah.
Okay.
And this looks really cool too. Me too. I love the original.
I'm constantly defending it.
And I'm looking forward to this one. But one thing that I did note is that Will Smith is not nominated for his newest film, Emancipation. I just interviewed Antoine Fuqua. I asked him about the controversy with the slap and what it means for a film that, he and 400 other people put their hearts and souls into. And, we always talk about the Golden Globes being an indicator of what we can expect for the Oscars. So is that your take, too, that although Will Smith had been mentioned as possibly getting a nomination for his role in Emancipation and the movie itself being nominated, it might not happen because of that controversy?
Yeah, I think it's a little too soon, and reviews have come out for the film, and they're not that positive. Everyone agrees, including me, that Will Smith is very, very good in the film, but it's a role where he doesn't really speak much. He emotes a lot, and it obviously deals with some very, very heavy subject matter. But I think it's just a little too soon given the controversy of this year's Oscars, right? They just occurred earlier this year, and it's still kind of fresh in people's minds. And I think people aren't quite yet to jump on the Will Smith bandwagon.
So
I want to see. I want Elvis to win all the awards.
Oh, of course you do.
I want Elvis and Austin Butler.
Big Elvis fan.
Yeah, the movie was excellent, and Viola Davis for The Woman King. I saw that nomination for Best Actress.
Yeah, she's incredible.
Very much so.
And that's a tough category because she's up against Cate Blanchett for Tar, who a lot of people think is the front runner. But the Golden Globes is so interesting, right? Because you have the TV and categories split in drama and comedy. So when it comes to the Academy Awards, it's kind of hard to exactly figure out, what the prognosticators are, given who wins, because there's always two winners, right, in every category.
Nigel Smith, great talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.